Hello traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix, and you are listening to the week ahead video for September 24th, 2017, and I want to welcome you to the video, and I'm glad that you guys and gals are here. Now before I get started, I just need to mention our new seasonal offer. If you haven't taken advantage of it, it's probably the lowest prices I think we've ever offered. But you can see the deal right here. We have a semi-annual and an annual package, which is buy 4 months, get 2 months free, or buy 8 months and get 4 months free. And then we also have the buy 1 month, get 1 month free. If you get the semi-annual or annual subscription, it's great because you then get to access our private chat room where we have a lot of traders from around the world chatting all day long and all night long. It's awesome. So if you haven't tried us out, this is the time to do it. Once you do it, also get the mobile app. So this way you can get our support and resistance breaches. You can get those notifications on your mobile phone. You can get all of our analysis right in the palm of your hand. It's the way to go as mobile traders as we are nowadays. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to that. Now let's go talk about this week. So it's going to be a pretty crazy week. Well, probably a very crazy Sunday open because we have two elections this weekend. We have the New Zealand elections where we have the Labour Party of Jacinda Ardern, who's trying to upset Bill English's National Party. And it's a really close race. I think most people believe that the Labour Party is not going to be able to take the election. But if it does happen, we might see some Kiwi volatility at the open on Sunday, or at least Sunday night, Monday morning. Now, the other election is the German election, which is pretty important, and it's not because no one expects Angela Merkel to lose. She's going to have more than likely a historic fourth term, which is awesome for her and for women in general. But what the market's really more worried about is how many seats Germany's far right party, the Alternative for Germany party, how many seats that they might get, because they've come up in recent polls. They've been coming up the tail end, and they might not allow a grand coalition of sorts, which could weaken the euro right at the open if that's the case. But I think voting is over at 6 p.m. local time. The official results won't be out till Tuesday, but there's going to be a lot of exit polls and whatnot. So we probably will have a good indication Sunday night, early Monday morning, and you might see some euro volatility as a result. Now, speaking of the euro dollar, let's talk about the euro and what an important price it is at this point in time. If you look at the euro, this is the daily chart. We've been following a nice upsloping channel since spring, and it's been a meteoric rise. I mean, we've gone from this year, right as Donald Trump was inaugurated, really since the beginning of the year, right on that day, we hit a low of 103 and change, or 102 and change, and we're at 121 or 120, just sub 120 now. But it's been a very, very steep rise in the euro dollar. The risk is that we get a near-term pullback, and again, if Germany, if the elections don't go the way of Angela Merkel's what she would want, we might see some near-term euro weakness. But really, the key support here comes in around 118.50. That's critical. You can see all this critical support down here. We break through that, we might actually get a bit of a pullback in the euro dollar. Now, another thing that happened just actually on Friday at the close, the pound came under pressure late in the session. Now, the reason why the pound came under some pressure is the UK's credit rating was downgraded by Moody's, and so now downgrades in credit rating, we've seen it not really impact the market a whole lot, but it was very thin. It was after the stock market closed. Most people were gone, so the pound did come under some pressure. And if we see the pound under some pressure, first thing at the open, we might actually get the pound dollar back at 134. And I've been waiting for a move back to 134 to get long the cable. So I think any type of pullback will allow that rise, or that will allow us to pick up the pound at a little bit cheaper price. The pound was already weak on Friday as Theresa May delivered a, how should I say it, unsubstantial speech regarding Brexit. I think most people walked away. I know I did, thinking, man, I didn't get any new information. I was really prepared to really start buying the pound hand over fist. But I think most pound bulls, kind of, were unimpressed. Anyway, so the cable was under some pressure. We might actually get that 134 early this next week, which I'm looking for an opportunity to buy somewhere down here. You can see this is a channel resistance, which will be support on the way back down. So that's something that I'll be looking at as well. Now, speaking of the pound and going back to the New Zealand, I want to take over to the pound New Zealand. The pound New Zealand is a currency pair that has been on my radar quite a bit. It's right here. I've been playing it to the long side. It's been great. It's treated me really well over the course of the last couple of weeks. It's been very sloppy the last week. You can see the sell-off, then rally on Thursday, then on Friday the sell-off late in the day. We're near trendline support, but the good news is if you're bullish longer term, which I am, I'm thinking that the pound New Zealand is probably going to maybe even see exchange rate of 2 again, which would be a 38% retracement of the spike high back in 2015 to the lows, post-Brexit lows in 2016. 38% retracement comes into about an exchange rate of 2. We're at 185 right now, or sub 185, but I really think we can get back there. Now, the pullback in the pound New Zealand has been great, but if there's an upset in New Zealand over the weekend, this pound New Zealand could be on its way to breaking 190 early this next week. So it's something that I'll be watching early Sunday. Now, one last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the dollar index. The dollar index, people have been anticipating a dollar reversal for a while. I've been very skeptical of it, but I've been looking for it the last few weeks too. I mean, I've been trying to find a reason to buy the dollar. And if there's one thing out there that's been happening is bonds have been going down, yields have been going up, but as a result, we haven't seen the dollar really respond to higher yields. And even as the FOMC met this week, and we've kind of got an exit plan for quantitative easing, I think most of us were pretty surprised that the dollar wasn't more responsive. I mean, we saw a rally on Wednesday, but how come we didn't see any follow through Thursday and Friday? Well, the dollar index has to really, in my opinion, technically break above 92.60 and 93 to really get the ball rolling, get the dollar bulls engaged. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but if you look longer term, I mean, we're in this massive support zone. We had this false breakout up here. Maybe we put a false breakdown over here, but you can see this big support zone from way back in 2004 all the way to today, and that's highlighted in blue. We're at some pretty pivotal areas in the dollar. So is it possible that we get a recovery in the dollar? It is, and it's something that I've been waiting for. I'm really not too sure why, but I'm still kind of waiting. I think a lot of us are. But we also posted a really good blog. If you go to our homepage, let me take you over to our homepage really quick. If you go to our homepage and you go to where it says blog, right at the top here, you'll see the last blog entry. It was posted by our team here at ForexAnalytix. This might give you some clues on some pairs that we're looking at and some different levels that might clue you in that the dollar is ready to reverse or at least get a short-term bounce, which I think that's the best thing that we could possibly get out of the dollar is maybe a short-term bounce. But next week there's not a lot of data. We do have final GDP on Thursday, which might be the reason why the dollar moves. That could be it. But we also have Janet Yellen is speaking on Tuesday. On Monday, we have Mario Draghi speaking. Both of them are talking about monetary policy. That might influence the market a little bit. We also have the Bank of Canada, BOC Governor Polis, he's speaking on Wednesday. Kuroda from the BOJ is also speaking on Wednesday night, Thursday morning. We have Carney speaking on Thursday morning. So almost every major central bank head is speaking. So we might get some volatility this week because of that. But unfortunately, it's not an economic data print that we can just wait, for and be ready to make a move. We kind of got to see what they say, and maybe we get some better clues going into this week. But those are just a few things that I'm looking for, or I'm looking at this week, and I hope that helped you out. And matter of fact, if you feel that this video has helped you out in any way, shape, or form, please click at the like button on the YouTube video. Click that little thumb button. It motivates me to continue to make good videos for you guys each and every week. It motivates our team to make great videos every day, which we do as we have great interviews set up every day by our one and only Dale Pinkert. And on our face webinar that's free and it's every day. So please click the like button. That always helps us out. And also click subscribe too. So this way you don't miss any of the great interviews that we do every week, and you don't miss this week ahead video that we try to publish each and every weekend. So guys and gals, have a great week. Thanks so much for listening in, and I'll catch you next week.